The Tennessee Vols are coming out of the bye week and getting ready for the backstretch of the regular season with an eye towards the 12-team college football playoff. But today we're going to talk about why the path to the playoff may not be as clear-cut with the Vols as we might have previously thought. Hey, it's Lucas Panizca from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. We've been operating under the premise for Tennessee that 10-2 would be good enough to get them into the college football playoff. Now, before the season started, we thought that might mean 10-2 with losses to Alabama and Georgia, but you flip that around, loss to Arkansas, a win against Alabama, and it felt like the path remained the same. Even if Tennessee were to take a loss to Georgia, that they should still be able to get in at 10-2. But as the season has progressed and we look at what's happening at the top of the SEC, I'm not so sure that 10-2 will be good enough for this Tennessee football team. And the reason for that is Tennessee's strength of schedule has not been helped at all by its opponents this season. Coming into the year, NC State was supposed to be a dark horse ACC sleeper team. The Vols smacked them by 41 in Charlotte. That win looks less and less impressive as NC State is currently sitting at 4-4 and has lost their quarterback who medically retired this season. Oklahoma had college football playoff goals coming into the season. That was a top 15 win on the road for the Vols, but the Sooners now are staring down the barrel of a 6-6 year under Brent Venables. So Tennessee likely is only going to end the season having played 4 teams with a record better than 500. If the Vols lose to Georgia, they will have gone 2-2 against those 4 teams. I don't know that that resume is going to be good enough to get Tennessee into the final 12-team field. If you look at the SEC right now, there are 5 or 6 teams that very feasibly could end the season with 10-2 records or better, and that would mean somebody likely is getting left out, especially as you look around the landscape of college football and teams in the Big Ten and across the country that just continue to win games and have a path into the playoff. Now, there's only one easy answer for Tennessee to get in, and that is to win out. If the Vols go 11-1, defeat Georgia in Athens, they are unquestionably in the 12-team playoff and could very well be in the SEC championship game in Atlanta. But at this point, with how the information has changed throughout the course of the college football season, it looks like 11-1 with a win at Georgia is the only surefire way to get in. Could the Vols sneak in at 10-2? Other teams drop some games that they're not supposed to? Absolutely. It's been a wacky college football season, but it is not as much of a sure thing as we might have previously thought. And Tennessee now might be in a must-win scenario against Georgia and Athens. Of course, first, Vols got to take care of business against the likes of Kentucky, who they host this weekend in Neyland Stadium. But the landscape has changed this season in college football, and 11-1 might have to be the mark that Tennessee finishes at to get into the 12-team playoff.